Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a corporate report. So exciting, it's like watching paint dry, but with slightly more surprising plot twists. We're looking at a report from Onar Holding Corporation and it involves accountants leaving. In short, Onar Holding Corporation has changed its accounting firm. It's like switching doctors but with more spreadsheets and less bedside manner. We'll look at what it means for the company and what the numbers might suggest. Before we get started, if you're someone who appreciates these plain language insights into corporate documents, make sure to subscribe and come chat with us and other investors in our Discord channel. The link is in the description below. This is a Form 8K, which is basically a corporate oops, we have to tell you something report. Companies file these when big unexpected stuff happens that investors should know about. In this case, it's about who's keeping track of the money. This report is dated May 6, 2025. The main event here is the change in accountants. Specifically, it's a change in the company's independent registered public accounting firm. This is the firm that checks the company's financial statements to make sure everything looks right. First, Onar Holding Corporation fired or dismissed their previous accounting firm, WWC PC, effective immediately on May 6, 2025. It seems pretty sudden. Why is this important? Well, the people who check the numbers are pretty important for trust, so it's a big change. The report from WWC for the year ending December 31, 2024 didn't say anything was outright wrong, meaning it didn't have an adverse opinion. It wasn't flagged for mistakes or uncertainty. However, there was a note mentioning that there was substantial doubt about Onar's ability to keep operating as a going concern. This means there were worries about the company's long-term financial health. According to the filing, there were no major disagreements with WWC about how the company accounts for things or reports its finances. Everything appeared to be above board, at least on the surface. Onar provided WWC with their statements about the accountant change and requested WWC's official agreement or disagreement. WWC's response is included in this report as Exhibit 16.1. It's like getting a second opinion to ensure everything's on the level. So who's the replacement? On the same day, May 6, 2025, Onar hired Sadler Gibbon Associates LLC as their new accounting firm for the year ending December 31, 2025. That was fast. The company states that they hadn't talked with Sadler Gibb about specific accounting issues or the type of audit opinion that Sadler Gibb might give. This suggests that Sadler Gibb didn't give any sweetheart deals or promises before being hired. The important stuff is in Exhibit 16, unfortunately. The content of Exhibit 16, unfortunately, the content of Exhibit 16, unfortunately, the content of Exhibit 16, unfortunately, the content of Exhibit 16. Unfortunate, let's interpret what this all means. Based on the details we have, this looks like a pretty sudden change in accounting firms. Typically, companies make these changes after careful consideration and planning. The fact that it happened so quickly might suggest something was urgent. WWC's earlier concerns about Onar's ability to continue as a going concern are a big red flag. This means the auditors weren't confident that Onar could stay in business. When a company switches auditors shortly after receiving such a warning, it raises the question of whether the company and the auditor had different views on the financial health of the company. The company states that there were no disagreements and also says they hired the new accounting firm at the same time. From an outsider's perspective, this is really unusual, which is why the SEC requires it to be reported. So what does this all mean for Onar? On the one hand, it says that they did not have any accounting disagreements and appear compliant. On the other hand, there are some financial risks here. Onar needs to demonstrate it's taking steps to improve its financial stability. This could include cost cutting, raising new capital, or significantly increasing revenue. Investors should really watch how the new accounting firm views the situation. If Sadler Gibb raises similar concerns, it's a sign that the issues are real. For investors, it's a good idea to be cautious. The change in auditors and the previous concerns about the company's long-term viability suggest increased risk. It would be smart to track the company's financial performance closely and pay attention to any further announcements about its financial health. Alright, that's our breakdown of Onar's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.